Today we are taking it to the streets, and I mean literally, with the Sarasota International Chalk Festival. This is a big deal with the most world-renowned chalk artists coming to our community to express themselves. And we're going to talk about where it came from, and we're going to take a close look at it. Stay tuned. Good morning. I'm Steve Reed, editor and publisher of Longbow Key News and Sarasota City News. It's my honor and privilege to be here on a beautiful Sunday morning in downtown Sarasota with none other than Mike Rennick, team leader of Team Rennick. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing fine. You did that well, Steve.
Did I do well?
I appreciate that.
I've been practicing in front of the mirror, torturing friends and family to get that intro right, but here we are on a very special Sunday morning.
So first of all, where are we? We're in Sarasota, but a special part of Sarasota.
Well, it's special for a lot of reasons. And let me start off by saying we're in front of Nancy's Barbecue, a little free plug for Nancy's. Great barbecue downtown. It's been around long enough to know the food's great.
But this area of Sarasota is called what?
Well, we're right on the northern end of Burns Court.
Okay.
And Burns Court historically has been more of the artist and artsy side of downtown Sarasota. It has the Burns Court Theater, which everybody knows, and they tend to have movies, independent releases, more smarter movies for the more sophisticated audience.
I like that.
Have you been there?
I have.
All right, good. That was
yes.
a test. Okay. It also has great restaurants. You know, Amore moved there from Longbow Key. Amore used to be near where your office is, right across the street. They're down here now, thriving, owned by Howard Brooks. You have Burns Court. You know, you have the steakhouse. You have the Owens Fish Camp. A lot of things to do. A lot of little galleries and shops and stores, and some interesting lower scale original architecture, original buildings that have been restored, mixed with some tasteful new. So it's a neat place.
If I summarize this as an eclectic neighborhood, would you agree?
Yes.
And by eclectic, what I mean, it's different, it's unique. That's a strength of this part of Sarasota. But we're really not here to talk about Burns Court. Maybe we'll come back and we'll do a segment on Burns Court. What's happening here today?
Well, it is integral to Burns Court. What's happening is the Sarasota International Chalk Festival. And it's exciting for a couple reasons. This Chalk Festival was founded, I think, in 2010 by Denise Cowell. She's the president of it. She volunteers and brought this tradition, which goes back to the 1600s. It's really chalk art and painting on the sidewalk, really started by the Modenari in Italy.
So it's on the real road and sidewalk? It's where
no,
the art
what it was is in Italy, the Modenari, that name evolves, were painters who, back then, if you were a painter, you were poor. And the only way you could make money was if the church or some really wealthy family commissioned you to paint something. And the most popular things to paint were the Madonna and church images. Okay. So they would recreate these and be paid by people to recreate them outside of the church. So they'd paint the masterpiece in the church, and then for a small amount of money, when that commission ran out, they'd go to the streets and recreate these paintings in the street, on the sidewalks, and hence street art.
Okay.
And then that tradition continued to England. They say in 1890 there were no less than 500 sidewalk painters in Britain, earning money by people donating money. And if you go to any vibrant city, there's street performers, there's street art, street music.
Oh, yeah, always.
So it's become a thing. It's still as hard, if not harder than ever, for artists to make money, unless you're Jeffrey Koons or somebody. So what happens is, this though is a neat event. It brings together dozens and dozens of street artists, of the best chalk artists from around the world.
What age groups participate in this?
What age groups are they?
Do they have, when this was here before, it left to go to Venice, and now it's back in both places. When it was here before, there was a children's section and an adult section. Have they changed that? Do you?
Well, they have different parts of the event. There's two sides to the event. There's the interactive part. That's where they encourage residents to come, and if you have kids, you can come to this festival and have your child get some chalk and do a picture or painting. But then the other side are the actual world famous artists who come, high level artists. And they range in age from, young to old, just like any art group, probably teens or young 20s up to, 150. And so they're doing the chalk artwork. They're brilliant artists, are highly talented. They use both chalk and this kind of mediums that stay a little longer. And since the first early chalk festivals, you will see buildings in Sarasota that some of these artists have adorned with their art. There's a few on 10th Street, and there's numerous ones around Burns Court area. So it's become a big deal. It's a major thing. This is recognized around the world as the art festival in this medium.
So they come in, they create their art. The art is right on the pavement.
Right on the pavement.
How long does that last? No, today's the last day. It started on Friday.
It'll last a few days on the pavement.
Okay.
If you do it on walls, they can apply an overcoat, or they can use a different material, so it actually lasts for years, and it becomes almost like a mural. So
can we, Alex, when we film something like this, and I want this to be part of the film, we're recording but kind of semi-live. Alex, can you shoot over to the building behind you right there and pick that up? This is what Steve's talking about in terms of some of the art that occurs here on the building.
Yeah, and you can see, obviously vastly different styles. These artists, it's a highly imaginative art. It's also, what's neat is it's imaginative, yet it's also interactive. Some of the painters will actually encourage people to walk right into the painting or beside the painting, and they'll take the world around them and incorporate it right into the piece. These are talented people. It's really worth seeing. This isn't art that's been deemed great and is sitting on a wall and touring. This is created right in front of you, and it's very rare to be able to see this level of painting in real time. So it's worth visiting. As a side note, I gotta tell you what's exciting this year is it came back to Sarasota.
That's right.
It left due to an imbroglio with the city. The city and Denise Cowell and the organization, they got into some tension about allowing it and how many streets and how much space. So Denise and the group took it to Venice. Well, it's back this year, and it was canceled last fall due to red tide. So that's why we're having it this spring here. And I'm hoping, and I think we should all hope and encourage our city leaders to keep this festival in Sarasota. It is a big deal.
Well, it's one of many ways Sarasota's a unique destination.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Florida's a beautiful state, spoken from a true northerner who doesn't like winter anymore. But when you look at Sarasota versus some of the other states, it's not too small where there's nothing to do, but it's not too large where you get absorbed and you get lost.
That's right.
It's a mix of everything here, whether you like the arts or you like biking or you love boating or you love fishing or walking trails. Just the climate alone allows you to do all the above and so much more.
It's a great, it attracts a lot of interesting people too. People love to retire here and spend their final years, but we say it over and over, but I gotta say it again. We have one of the greatest symphonies. We have a really nationally and internationally recognized art scene. And for a city this size, that's almost impossible to pull off. When it comes to America, this is like the Florence of America. It's
amazing.
Cool.
It's amazing. We're going to keep bringing you more and more about Sarasota, Bradenton, and the Barrier Islands. I want to thank you for watching this video. Steve, thank you for being here.
Mike, hope the psychological help works and it takes.
Your input is always greatly appreciated. Thank you. Take care.